You know, there's a rule in football. We all know the rule. If you have dominance in a game, if you have, if you've got the other team on their back and you don't take advantage of that team, what tends to happen is that you will get scored against. The football gods, as they call them, do not like it when a team has as much dominance as Pirates did in the first half and they don't use it. They don't use it and take advantage of it. In the last game versus Istade Bijan, I spoke about how I would love Pirates to use those games versus Stade Bijan to be a lot more clinical, to learn how to be clinical, to learn how to really take advantage of teams. And I know people are going to point to that and say it was a 3-0 win, which was well earned. They're going to point to the 8-1. But when they come against these more structured teams, it's going to become a lot like this. Cape Town City was not the best today. Cape Town City beat Kaizer Chiefs in a similar fashion. They had pretty much the same mistakes that they had made versus the Kaizer Chiefs. They made when coming into this Orlando Pirates game. I think even though they had Mukocho on the pitch today, they didn't have cover for that defense. So if you saw in the first half, a lot of what Pirates was doing was making Kota run a little bit wider and having Mabasa pull the center backs so that there was a space that was opening up at the top of the box. And Pirates didn't take advantage of the types of opportunities they were getting simply from that movement. And if you give Cape Town City, the biggest compliment you could give to Cape Town City is that they suffered this game. They suffered this game and they won. Cape Town City under coach Mushin Etrigal is a team that is sort of separate. There's a defensive side and there's an attacking side. And there's a very little midfield play. And what they were doing was that they were going wide to try and catch Cape Town City, try and catch Orlando Pirates, especially on Hotto's side. So when Hotto had left his position, that's where they would try and attack and find spaces. And to give credit to Cape Town City, similar to the Chiefs game, they created a lot of their own chances as well. It's not like they were sitting there getting hit. They actually did come back and play some football, which maybe should worry Orlando Pirates a little bit. You know, Orlando Pirates, I say it from last year, Orlando Pirates from last year struggled in games like this. Struggled in games where it's away to Cape Town, it's a struggling team, or was a struggling team. They're now number 6, I believe it is. But they went to a struggling team and they didn't play badly. I wouldn't say Pirates played badly, but they just didn't finish their chances. They just didn't control the game enough to make sure that they were going to win this game. And it had a lot of shades of last year. I asked a question some months ago, some weeks ago, about this Pirates, where I was starting to see that, man, abakori as freely as they should be scoring. And what would happen if a team was going to wait them out and score on them? We saw a similar game versus Stellenbosch where Pirates one or two chances from Stellenbosch gave Stellenbosch that goal that they needed on transition, some could say against the run of play, right? And Pirates couldn't get back into that game. I think it's the only loss they have in the league, right? And it might be a pattern. Sorry to interrupt the video that I'm sure you're enjoying, but I just wanted to say thank you for all of the support that you guys have shown me and my Overthinking Football platform. I'm a one-man band that's doing all of this, and I really do enjoy the comments about how, you know, Supersport needs to come fetch me and SABC and all of that stuff. And I think it speaks to the quality of the content, but also the amount of effort that I put in. So I just wanted to say thank you. But the truth is that Abo Supersport and all of those guys, yes, we're competing with them, but it's a completely different place. The sponsors are looking for former players, and to be honest with you, running some of these things is getting so difficult, and things have changed at home. So financially, it's a whole different world. So I wanted to try something new and come to the overthinkers, the people who watch the content, and say it would be incredible if you guys could contribute monthly towards the platform, towards keeping my lights on, but also making sure that all of the crazy things that I want to do, that I want to take Supersport on with, I can actually do. And just for 20 Rand every month, I think that would be an incredible contribution if you can make it. It may sound like a little, but if we can get a lot of people behind it, then we'll be able to carry on doing what I do. I'll be able to carry on giving you the content and also expanding it, because we don't have shows like this, and us content creators need help from our audiences. So I just came here to ask you if you can. Here is the account number that you guys can use in order to contribute, and I think yeah, I'd be very grateful if you would. But anyway, let's get back to the video, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. But also, let's be fair to Pirates. They had a game in hand. This would have given them an advantage over Mamelodi Sundowns, but they had a game in hand. They couldn't take advantage of it. But let's not take away from the incredible season that Orlando Pirates has had up to this point. Orlando Pirates has, has gone on a run that they've never had in their history. They are also number one in the CAF Champions League group that they're in. So for all intents and purposes, this has been an incredible run. They've won the MTN 8, they've done what they've needed to do. They've had some blips here and there, but they've been able to come back and carry on the momentum. And the one big compliment I used to pay Pirates early on in the season was that even when they used to play games like this, they used to be able to find something, whether it's a Talentembata shot that goes in, whether it's a Dlamini shot that goes in, or Mfukeng takes a shot, or Nkota scores 2 goals out of the blue. They had an ability to get over teams. But as we've been moving along with the season, I think now Pirates needs to rediscover some of that scoring form that makes Pirates dangerous. And we need to see some better movement, I would say, and better understanding from the front three. When it was Makgopa with Tito and Mfukeng and Saleng on the other side, last season, they had a way to play, they had moves. And I think what's happening right now is that Pirates is trying so hard to convert Mfukeng into a 10 and maybe make Tito into more of an 8 type player or a double 10, that they're losing out on some of the chemistry that those guys naturally had. One of the good things that Pirates did that I will point out, especially with that front three, when you have Nkota in the first half, there was a point where he was forcing things a lot, but at some points during the second half, he actually, turned around and played the ball back, turned around and hit a top of the box pass. So I think it showed a little bit of growth in the boy, that he wasn't just running with these clappers down and just looking forward. But I think Pirates has a lot to learn from this. The defense is a little bit shaky, and it's actually funny that the midfield, when missing Umakaula, they started becoming a lot open, and maybe this shows how important of a role Umakaula plays in that Pirates team. Umakaula provides that extra cover for Abosbisi, provides that extra cover for Abosesane. He allows Abo Van Rooyen and Abo Hoto to go up without having to worry too much, because he has enough cover to go back and really look out for those wings. So now when you see that midfield of Tito Mbata and Dlamini, you now see that maybe in this game they lacked some of that defensive cover, and well read by Mushin, because Umkocho started this game, and Umkocho came in late versus the Kaizer Chiefs, but I think he understood that maybe in this game the Pirates was going to be attacked more. So it was good to see the tactics play. Now, did they work out as well as maybe he thought? No. But can you fault a team that has now won 2 games in a row? He's barely been in charge of this team for a week. And even if it's ugly, it's 6 points that they badly needed. Where Cape Town City was at the beginning of the season to where they are now is incredible. And it shows again in the PSL that if you get 2 or 3 wins, you can move up. So I want to give credit to Cape Town City. So on the one hand, I want to say to Pirates, I don't think this was that bad of a loss. I just think it exposed some of the things that they need to work on. Finishing up front, dominating teams and finishing them off. Right, being able to shoot and put things on target. They did get a penalty. I believe they hit the crossbar at some point. But you need to finish those games, because these are the games that are the difference, and the results that are the difference between winning a league and not winning the league. And I believe Pirates is going for winning the league, so they must go back and tweak these things. But I also want to give credit to Cape Town City and say they were worthy of their win. Now 2 in a row. I think Umushin is showing that maybe you just be a little bit simple and you'll be able to win a lot of games. But well done to Cape Town City, 3 points in the bag. What can we say? Pirates, back to the drawing board. I'll see you guys on the next one.